So this next news story is a thing for
It's a thing that's
sure.
happening. Yeah.
Um, I'll be honest because I want to be the positive person here. It's not the worst casting I've ever seen, but it certainly ain't the best. And that is that the upcoming Kraven the Hunter spin-off movie, yeah, that's still a thing that's happening, directed by J.C. Chandor, I think. J.C. Candor? Bottle City of Candor, something. Will be played by former Quicksilver actor Aaron Taylor Johnson will be playing Kraven the Hunter. Oh boy, there's just a lot to break down here. I think Aaron Taylor Johnson can be a good actor. I've seen him be decent. I've also seen him in Godzilla. Which I bag on his performance in Godzilla a lot because I think it's awful. That being said, I'll eat a little bit of crow here in that I don't think it's all his fault, because if you look at other Gareth Edwards movies, who's the guy that did Godzilla, he kind of has an issue with character portrayals. Like, he also directed Rogue One, and I think those are some of the most bland and forgettable characters in Star Wars history. So he struggles with characters, and so maybe that kind of came across in Godzilla. His Quicksilver, on the other hand, makes me a bit nervous, because for those that don't know, Kraven is a big game hunter who is also Russian. And say with me, Josh, his Quicksilver accent was one of the worst movie accents we've heard in many years, along with, as much as I love her, Elizabeth Olsen's accent as Scarlet Witch was also terrible. It was so bad that they just phased it out and then retconned it in WandaVision of, oh yeah, crap, we forgot she had an accent. It's part of trauma. Just go with it. His accent was so bad. And also, he can be a good actor, and I know actors can bulk up, but he does not have the physique of a Kraven the Hunter. Like, I think this is a big old miss here.
As far as the physique goes, I don't know, man. Have you seen Kick-Ass 2? No? No? Just me? All right, cool. So,
like 10 people saw Kick-Ass 2.
Okay, yeah, but it's a fun movie.
It's a different kind of physique, though. He's lean in that.
You're correct.
Not Kraven jacked.
But I will use both Kick-Ass movies as examples as to, like, he can actually act, and like granted, that's not exactly the character that Kraven's gonna be, but like he's does an accurate portrayal of Kick-Ass, and so it's I'm trying to have the benefit of the doubt here, and I think when I don't know about you, but when I heard this and it wasn't Gerard Butler, there's a part of my little fanboy heart that was like completely shattered, and I can't tell if my dislike of this casting is more because they didn't cast Gerard Butler or because I'm not sure it's a good idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know me, I've always wanted Gerard Butler as Kraven the Hunter, but I knew it was never going to happen because he's preoccupied with another big franchise, but I saw a lot of fan art of people wanting Jason Momoa, and I'm going, yeah, you can absolutely race bend Kraven the Hunter to be Polynesian descent. I also heard some people suggest, and I think it's a brilliant idea, of have Kraven, maybe we talked about on the podcast at one point, of having Kraven the Hunter be from Wakanda, and he's a big game hunter from Wakanda, and I'm going, that would have been perfect. But also, that gets a little complicated with the Wakanda thing of Wakanda is Disney and Marvel. This will be a Sony project, and Sony's firmly in its own camp here, and I think I don't want to say Sony's this petty, but maybe they are being this petty of like, oh, we're going to bring in one of your actors to be in our Spider-Man movie. If you won't let Spider-Man come back to us, then we're going to take one of your actors. Like, I don't know. It kind of this just feels weird. Like, his overall vibe and his presence doesn't lend to me Kraven the Hunter. But we've been wrong before with castings. I've said from the get-go that I've thought that this movie was overreaching. Like, Venom could work. I don't necessarily think it's the best idea, but Venom did really, really well. I think there's a much bigger audience of fandom for a Venom movie than there is a Kraven movie, and this, to me, feels like old Sony of just, we need to monetize everything. We're grasping at straws. I don't think this Venom thing, not Venom, this Carnage, eventually I get to the right Spider-Man villain. This Kraven thing, this Kraven thing is the right idea. Well, Morbius is its own thing. I like Kraven the Hunter. He's one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. That being said, there are much more interesting Spider-Man villains you could do. Where the heck has Chameleon been? Do a spy thriller with Chameleon? Yes, please.
Sandman. Give me some Sandman, bro.
Or do like a Creature from the Black Lagoon-esque movie with the Lizard of a man that's getting slowly turned into the monster, and maybe, just maybe, Kurt Connors accidentally kills his wife, and that sends him over the edge and goes full Lizard. There is no turning back now, type of thing. I've always just thought this Kraven thing was a weird decision.
Yeah, I think to me it's not necessarily that it's Kraven the Hunter that's the weird decision, it's that it's a solo movie. That's a weird decision. I don't know, man. I just don't see where he fits in this weird, like, Sony Venom verse. And I don't understand how you can have all of these villains, and then what, are you going to turn them all into anti-heroes? Like, what's your plan here, dude? I don't know. Speaking of things I'm not sure if I'm okay with or not.